There was blood everywhere. This man mercilessly killed his own mother without batting an eyelid. Why would anyone do that? He is the only person who used blood instead of water to perform the funeral rites of his father, and his sole motive was to wipe out the entire Kshatriya clan without any hesitation. And for that he circled the earth 21 times. Who was he? What could drive someone to such extreme action? Hello everyone, you're watching Indian Vedic Vibes, and today I'm going to talk about the great Parashurama. Let me start with his unusual birth. There was once a king named Gadi whose daughter was Satyavati. One day, a Brahmin named Ruchika came to the king and asked for Satyavati's hand in marriage. Bound by tradition and unable to refuse a Brahmin, the king set near impossible condition. He said, if you want to marry her, you must give me 1,000 horses that are milky white with black ears. This was the Kanya Shulka, the bride price meant to test Ruchika's devotion. Ruchika silently approached Varuna, the lord of oceans, for help. With Varuna's aid, he returned with 1,000 horses and claimed Satyavati's hand. King Gadi, astonished and finally convinced of Ruchika's worth, gave Satyavati in marriage to him. As time passed, Satyavati got adjusted to the life of a hermitage. But one thought constantly troubled her. She was her father's only child, and once her father passed away, there would be no heir to rule the kingdom. When she shared this concern with Ruchika, he smiled and assured her that a solution could be found. Through the power of his penance, Ruchika prepared 2 pots of holy water, one for Gadi's wife, the queen, and another for Satyavati, so that each could bear a son. He left the 2 pots in the ashrama and went to the river to perform his daily rituals. In the meantime, the queen, Gadi's wife, became suspicious. She feared Ruchika might have made the more powerful potion for his own wife. She wanted her son to be superior to her grandson. So she convinced Satyavati to exchange the pots, saying it made no difference since both were meant to bear sons. In her innocence, Satyavati agreed. By the time Ruchika returned, both women had already consumed the contents of the wrong pots. When Satyavati finally explained what had happened, Ruchika was furious. He said, "Why did you do this without consulting me? The water meant for queen carried the energy of Kshatriya, and the one for you carried the essence of a Brahmin." Shocked and distressed by this, Satyavati started to beg for a remedy. Ruchika replied, "The only solution now is to delay the Kshatriya birth by 1 generation." Thus, Satyavati gave birth to Jamadagni, a calm and saintly Brahmin. His son would be Parashurama, Kshatriya by nature, though born into Brahmin lineage. The queen, on the other hand, gave birth to Kaushika, who would later become the great Brahma Rishi Vishwamitra. Meanwhile, in another part of the land, there lived a powerful and arrogant king named Kartavirya Arjuna of the Hehaya dynasty. One day, while hunting, he entered Jamadagni's ashrama by chance. The sage welcomed him and his entire squad by feeding them with the help of Kamadhenu, the divine cow, a symbol of prosperity and abundance. Kartavirya was amazed and jealous because of this divine cow. On his way back, he secretly ordered his men to steal Kamadhenu and take her to his capital Maheshmati. When Parashurama heard of this theft, rage consumed him. Armed with his fearsome axe and quiver full of arrows, he stormed into Maheshmati. Single-handedly, he decimated the king's entire army. Seeing the destruction, Kartavirya entered the battlefield, but Parashurama cut off his head instantly. Kartavirya's 10,000 sons were horrified by their father's death. Some days passed, and Renuka, Jamadagni's wife, went to the river to fetch water. There, she saw the handsome Gandharva Chitrasena playing with Apsara and lingered a moment longer than usual. Jamadagni, with his divine insight, sensed the delay and the reason behind it. Deeming it a betrayal, he ordered his son to kill their mother immediately. All refused with hesitation except Parashurama, who obeyed and killed both his mother and brothers on their father's command. Pleased by his son's obedience, Jamadagni offered Parashurama a boon. Parashurama requested, saying, "Bring them all back to life and let them have no memory of this." Later, Jamadagni granted the wish and they all returned to life, forgetting everything. But the tale took a darker turn. Seeking revenge, Kartavirya's son returned while Parashurama was away and murdered Jamadagni in cold blood. Enraged beyond measure, Parashurama vowed to erase the entire Kshatriya race. With unrelenting fury, he went back to Maheshmati and slaughtered all of Kartavirya's son. But his rage didn't stop there. He roamed the entire earth 21 times, killing all the corrupt Kshatriyas he encountered. Legend says he filled 5 lakes with their blood known as Samata Panchaka and performed his father's funeral rites using their blood instead of water. They say, when pride rose like fire and kings forgot Dharma, the earth cried for justice, and so came Parashurama, the 6th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Was Parashurama right by taking these extreme actions? Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.